If you're watching this video, it is because you have come to the conclusion as a filmmaker that you probably should make a feature film. Or you're just trying to decide whether or not you should make a short film. I want to make this video to enlighten you of why you should pursue the feature-length film. Now, if you've done the short films in the past already and you have some experience with that, I don't really see a reason for you not to shoot for the stars and go for the big thing. And the reason being is because the climate of content has changed. It is no longer the short form content that is king right now. The long form content is coming around the corner, and it is going to change the way we consume content as a whole. The reason I bring this up is because there are some things happening in the background that you guys who are probably watching this wondering what steps you should take probably are unaware of. YouTube is now 21 years old. Netflix is 19 years old and Hulu is 18 years old. Now at first glance you might think that Hulu and Netflix are obvious competitors with each other. But there's a shift that's happening right now in the background where YouTube has entered the chat. YouTube is now attempting to be in competition with these other streaming platforms. Matter of fact, YouTube is not trying or starting to be in competition with them. They already are. As a filmmaker, I created my first feature film about 2 years ago called Blood Brothers. Blood Brothers was my take on a vampire film, and I wanted to see if I could actually create a feature film after being a smaller short filmmaker for probably over a decade. I started in 2012-ish is when I got started with cameras and things like that. I had been chasing the feature film for a long time, up until the point of when I finally went into the project and tried to actually create it. This is not my first attempt at this, and I wanted to say that I learned so much of what I know now from the YouTube that has evolved into what we know it as today. There are so many videos out there reviewing cameras, lenses, lights, microphones, and things of that nature that I didn't have initially when I first started YouTube back in the day. The closest thing I had to a filmmaking channel was the Freddie W channel. You guys probably know that channel or don't know that channel, but the Freddie W channel was responsible for Video Game High School. It's an awesome web series. Y'all should check it out if you haven't seen it already. We've gotten to the point now where there's so much filmmaker content out there that you can learn just about everything you need to know about how to make a film from YouTube. Not being able to afford film school is no longer an excuse. So during the process of creating a feature film, I've learned a massive amount of skills that I learned during that process that I'm probably going to make a video about that in the future if anybody's interested in seeing that. But I think the most important thing I learned is the thing that I'm making the video about right now, which is why you should make a feature film. And the number one reason why you should make a feature film is, for one, is the experience. The experience is probably one of the best things that I could have done for my career, was to jump right into shooting a feature, because I'm the type of person that learns very quickly. And so looking at a feature film project is like doing a bunch of shorts anyway. I was like, if I'm going to shoot 36 scenes for a movie, what's the difference in me doing that than shooting 3 or 4 scenes for a short? Spoiler alert, the difference is the amount of work. It was a crazy amount of work. It is an absurd amount of work, but it was well worth it in the end. But the thing in the background of why I even wanted to make this video in the first place is the business side of what it is to even have a feature film. So obviously, if you have a feature film, you're probably thinking that I'm going to distribute it some way. So in my research, I've learned that there's plenty of ways to distribute a film other than YouTube. But by the time you watch this whole video, you will learn why I came back to YouTube at the end of the day. So the route I end up taking is going through Filmhub. Filmhub is a company that will take your film and pitch it to a lot of different networks. So they do a lot of different streaming platforms. They don't seem to do anything like Netflix or Hulu or anything like that. A lot of the smaller streaming platforms And most notably, they also do Tubi. The reason I even looked into doing Filmhub in the first place because a lot of people were looking at Tubi as a way for filmmakers to make a lot of money. So in my research, a lot of filmmakers were making a lot of money. A lot of people were making their feature films and getting them put on Tubi very quickly. That was not my experience. My film did not actually get to Tubi. It went to a whole bunch of other smaller platforms and things of that nature, just because of the nature of the project. The project is a vampire movie, so it got into a lot of sci-fi and fantasy type streaming platforms and things of that nature. However, I will say the amount of time that it took to get through the Filmhub process was something that was, in my opinion, it was very time consuming. Once you finish the film, it goes to quality control. They'll find issues with your film and things of that nature, and then they will email you back and be like, hey, you need to fix this at minutes and blah. And that part, I will say, was very helpful because having, obviously, somebody put a magnifying glass up to your movie is something that is valuable in itself. So I would say that part of the process was quite valuable. However, after the fact, after they get your movie and everything like that, it takes them a while to pitch the movie to all the other platforms and things like that. Now, the reason I said that this is all coming back to YouTube is because of the fact of you have to pay this platform an absurd amount of money in order to even get analytics and things that are basic that YouTube does for free. And at the end of the day, like I said, I came back to having the control over the project and just putting it on YouTube. And once I put my project on YouTube, it was crazy with no advertising whatsoever. It jumps to where it is today. Well, I ain't gonna say it jumped, but it had a quick jump to 50,000 views in the first 2-3 months. It was crazy. The video went wild. And now it's sitting at 79,000 views right now. It's about to cross the 80,000 view mark, which is such a blessing. It's so cool to have that amount of successful eyes watching your movie and whatnot. But the one thing that opened my eyes to the entire process is the fact that I had to figure out, why was the algorithm doing this? Why was it sharing my video? Because when I deep dive into the analytics that I get for free on YouTube, instead of paying, I want to say Filmhub's price is, I'm gonna check right quick. So I just checked. In order to get analytics through Filmhub, you have to pay $1,000, and you get analytics for the whole year. But $1,000 for something that YouTube will give me for free, and also you have more control and everything like that over the project. One thing that I saw that was very difficult is the fact that I wanted to change the artwork that I had for the project so that it'll show up differently on the streaming platforms, things like that. But in order to do that, I have to contact customer service and get that all figured out through them. And I don't have any control of that. And I recently changed the thumbnail to my video on YouTube, and it only took me 5 minutes to do because I could just go into the back end and click clack, it's already done. So now, after my entire experience with Filmhub, I'm learning that distribution is one of those things that is going to be something that you choose for yourself. Filmhub, I think, will fade out in the long run. I think a lot of creators are going to have more control over their projects, and this is the whole reason why I think that you should go ahead and deep dive into shooting that feature film. You should deep dive into shooting that feature film. Is not only do you get the experience of shooting a full movie, but you also will become a better filmmaker because of the amount of practice that you're going to get. I think that on the business side, though, by the end of you creating a film, you actually will have a piece of content that the algorithm is going to push for you far and wide. And the reason why, and I found this out because of the fact that YouTube is going to be pushing longer form content in order to keep people on the platform and have a way for them to compete with Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and all those other streaming platforms out there that obviously they're in competition with. Now, the other reason why I think that you should have a feature film under your belt as a filmmaker is because of the fact that you can shop your movie around. So what that means is if you've watched carefully on other streaming platforms, you've seen some movies that'll be on one program for 1 second, and then all of a sudden they'll be on another platform another day. Or let's say these things are limited on the platforms they are, and up until the point where they get transferred over to another platform. The reason being for this is that these platforms will lease out content so that they can keep people on the platform. So if you have your movie, you can shop your movie around to these platforms, and they can help you reach a wider audience, and also the fact that these companies pay fees in order to license your content onto their platform. So if you create a piece of content, or a movie rather, and you put it on Netflix, or you get it through those processes of putting it on a streaming platform, depending on your route and whatnot of how that goes, you can get to a position where they pay you up front in order to have the content on the platform. And as we know in this day and age, when it comes to making money off of your projects and things of that nature, it is very difficult in order to make money off of your projects. And any type of money that you can get, especially if on the front end, is going to be good for you. So once you have your content or have your movie on a platform for X amount of time, then you can lease it to another platform right away. You can premiere it in different places and different locations. And what that means is you can sell tickets at an event where you can reach new audiences and things of that nature. It's just more that you can do with a full movie. Now, granted, you can do some of this with a short, but for example, though, you're not really going to host a premiere for a movie and expect people to come see your 30-minute short or your 15-minute short. You're going to put that online and things like that, and try to get viewership that way. It's just a different ballgame altogether. But having a feature film will give you the ability to put the movie out in a premiere setting and actually have people come and buy tickets to your event and see your film in person. And depending on your marketing strategy and things like that, you can do that in multiple cities. You can do that. You can literally do that without even having a single view on your video on YouTube. That is the beauty of doing this. Now, I'm of the audience of where I'm going to tell you to do both. I'm going to tell you to put the film on YouTube as well as host a premiere. Like, for example, just because your film may have views, for example, my film Blood Brothers is about to hit 80,000 views on YouTube, but that does not mean that people in your area have seen your views. Have seen your movie. So me hosting a premiere for the movie in my town or in my city is probably a quick way that I can make a couple $1,000. Or if I decide to take the film and show it in another city, and I can actually take my film on tour. There have been other filmmakers, content creators, and things like that who have done that, who have taken their film and gone out and hosted premieres in different cities, basically taking their movie on tour in order for them to gain a broader audience as well as making a financial living off of their project. You just simply can't do that with a short. With a short, the most you get, I will say, with a short film, you get the practice, which is very important. I'm not downing the practice or anything like that. You do get the practice, you do get the experience on making the film, but at the end of the day, as a business move, you don't get much out of that on the back end. Now, I've seen other people who will get these large film budgets and things of that nature who will dump $10,000 into a short film project, and the short film may be 15 minutes long. For $10,000, man, you can shoot a feature. And depending on the genre of what it is, horror, romantic comedy, romance, there are these genres that don't take much money to do, that you can really do them really well and successfully for little to nothing, and reap the benefits financially off of them in huge ways. So that's just something that I think is where filmmakers should start to transition their projects into. I just think that filmmakers should start to transition into doing longer projects. And because it's just more lucrative on the back end. There's so much you can do for your film that can keep you financially stable and making films and more films to come. So in conclusion to this entire conversation of, I probably went on a few tangents here and there, but to bring this to a conclusion, I think it's important that we do gain the experience and the knowledge when we create shorts. But at the same time, I don't think that's where we should stay as filmmakers. I think that we should start taking our creativity into our own hands and moving forward into shooting those dream projects that we always wanted. If you have a project that's a bit outside of your scope of what you think you're capable of doing, I think you should at least write it. You should at least write it to the best of your ability, keep it on the back burner in order for you to be able to come back to it possibly later. And so while you write something that's more doable for you now, literally there are feature films out there that takes place in just a house, and you can literally do them with 5 characters. You don't even need that many resources. You just need a camera, a microphone, and a group of friends that are willing to put in the effort and make the dream a reality. Having the mentality of waiting until you're absolutely ready is going to set us back dramatically. It's going to set back the entire process when you could have got out there and did it on your own to the best of your ability. And not saying that it would be absolutely perfect, but even if you had the money, it still wouldn't absolutely be perfect in the first place. So you should just get out there and put the work in and just put your best artwork out there and make a feature film. Now, there's obviously on the other side of it is that there's other reasons why you should make short films, but this video is all about why you should make a feature film, why you should make a movie. And I hope this will inspire you to get out there and knock it out of the park, because if you don't, then who will? Me, that's who. Because I'm exclusively shooting feature films now. I don't really do shorts anymore unless it's something that I'm really passionate about and I think it's like maybe a comedy short or something funny or something like that. But I'm exclusively writing features now because of everything that we talked about here. And it's just better financially, especially, and I'm getting the same practice anyway. So why would I take the short option when the more lucrative option is just right there for the taking? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna be creating a lot more videos when it comes to filmmaking, photographies, and things like that. Probably more so filmmaking, photography. And this channel is all about just thoughts of me. If you like that video, just hit the subscribe button. And just know that this channel is just me talking about things that I'm passionate about, things in my life. Filmmaking is a big part of my life. It's literally like, it's literally my job at this point. And I've been full-time at it for a while. And it is something that I know a lot of people struggle with and deciding what they want to do and things like that. But I'm also making other videos about just other stuff. So if you have any questions about the filmmaking process or anything of that nature, or if there are any things that you would like me to talk about specifically, put them in the comment section and I'll get to them as quickly as I can. It's your boy, Nitro Hot Fire. Peace.